time being 7:07, I'd like to call the Government Operations Committee to order. Can I please have roll call?
Munns? Here. Lencioni?
Yes.
Gem?
Here.
Petrilla?
Here.
Wirbal?
Here.
Besner?
Here.
Silkaitis?
Here.
Folks?
Here.
Vanguard?
Here. Okay, thank you. We have, first is just 3A is just for information only. Good to see that people are continuing to spend money in town. Moving right along to omnibus vote. I'm looking for a motion and second.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Bessner, seconded by Wirbal. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, those opposed say nay. All right, the ayes have it. The motion carries. Next up, we have a presentation from Larry.
Great. Thank you, Chairperson Weber. So tonight, I'd like to provide a little update on some of the technology initiatives that we're embarking on in support of our strategic plan. At the same time, I'd like to provide an overview of one of our core technologies of the city, which is geographic information systems. And that part of the presentation will be given by our GS coordinator, Eric Creighton. So we have two major initiatives on the strategic plan that are supported by technology, and you can see them there. One is to modernize our digital presence to increase accessibility, information sharing, and services online. We also have an initiative to evaluate our risk organization around security and technology. And some of the projects that we have that support these initiatives include launching a new city website. So a little update on that. We've completed both external surveys for our residents and as well as internal stakeholder surveys of what people want to see in our new website. As well as we've done some work around those design elements that look like in our new website. Another part of that initiative is to implement a new city code book. Our existing city code book is built on the same technology as our existing website. It lacks a lot of modern functionality, provide better searching and usability for residents. So you'll be seeing that probably of our initiatives that will be underway and probably should have that up and running in the next few months. Another part of those initiatives is we have a lot of what we call PDFs and paper forms on our website that are going to be automated. So we have part of those initiatives include workflows that automate services that are requested by our residents. And then the last initiative, you might recall last year, we embarked on a replacement of our utility billing system, which was an old aging system. It didn't support a lot of technology, including having good online functionality for our residents. That project is well underway, and we hope to have the new portal for utility billing up and running by the end of this month is our projection right now. And the other initiative is to evaluate risk of the organization around technology. And you may recall a few months ago, we embarked on a project to include a new managed security services provider. That project is well underway, and we're already seeing some great results from that project, that implementation. So before I turn over to Eric, any questions on any of the initiatives I've discussed here?
Larry, really quick. When did you say that new portal will be up again? August?
Yeah. Oh. The initial projection right now is the end of the month.
I didn't hear you there. Thank you.
Is there going to be any kind of outreach regarding that, or are we going to see some heads up?
Yes. We're starting the communication process of reaching out to all utility customers, saying that this is coming. It won't impact most of our utility customers. As far as it should be pretty seamless for them. There's a handful that will need to recreate a new login to this new portal, but they'll all be given ample notice that that's coming. We'll provide some more information to council on what we're doing around those communications. If
any people have issues with it and they can't, get on it right away or whatever, we're not going to be issuing any penalties for anybody, right?
Yeah, I believe not.
Some kind of a window, right?
We're not having penalties, or there's nothing for anybody that's going to have any issues with logging on the utility billing system, if anything like that happens. So.
Gotcha. I'm just if someone can't figure out how to do it or something. I just want to make sure that no one's penalized for.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Larry on that? No.
Great. Thank you. So now I'll hand over to our GS coordinator, Eric Creighton, to talk about GIS.
Hi, my name is Eric Graydon. I'm the GIS coordinator here in St. Charles. Tonight I'm going to talk about Geographic Information Systems, or GIS as we call it, and what the role is here at the city, both internally and publicly. So GIS is location-based, a location-based service. The first thing, everything has a location. So there's no difference in St. Charles, whether it's a hydrant that is easily seen or a zoning boundary that is unseen. Everything can be tied to a location in this world, and that's exactly what GIS does. Secondly, it is a data repository. So GIS has that location and data is attached to it. So there are specific attributes that are collected for each individual location of an item. So the hydrant can show like the manufacturer, or it can show the type. The zoning boundary can show the description or what zoning class it is, or the city code that it's associated to. And third, there's analysis of that data. So the GIS can analyze data. Take, for instance, the hydrant. If we needed to find out the oldest hydrants in the city, at a moment's notice, we could query that data and provide all the locations to our water department to replace those. Same with the actual zoning code. If we needed to, if a business was coming in and we needed to have some restrictions on that said business, we could query a spot in the city that would actually be allowed for that business to enter. And secondly, and fourthly, it's informative. So GIS, can cultivate information. It provides access so that those requiring it can receive that data and make decisions in a more efficient way. So some of the things that we do here at the city with GIS is public information and transparency. Access to the information, local government is expected, and GIS is a tool that allows information to be publicly available. The city creates web mapping applications that allow the public, allows the public to query information and gather relevant information to their needs. City staff uses the application in office and mobile settings to review, create, update data. This data is accessible and provides staff with improved decision-making and can alleviate workloads on staff for public information requests to come from the public. GIS provides a tool to communicate with residents, as it has over the past year, with over 4,000 responses to the lead survey that we have put out to the public, and that's to assist with the mandatory documentation of the city's water service infrastructure. Additionally, GIS enhances relationships with other entities, such as TRICOM, the township assessors. By sharing that data back and forth between them, it cultivates a relationship and provides valuable information to city staff to make decisions. So some of the applications that we have here at the city is our interactive zoning map, which allows users to get a more granular look at our zoning data, as opposed to just looking at the zoning map, which is a PDF online. They can query data, they can look at the application and query planned unit developments, really get into a finer detail that is not available in the PDF. Another thing is the lead survey dashboard, which gave a real-time view to city staff of the responses that were coming in. So as a person would submit that, they were able to analyze it through this lead survey dashboard that returns the values of what the material was and if they were the owners of the property. Additionally, my neighborhood. There we go. My neighborhood is the city's main public-facing application. It allows residents to come in, either click on the map or query an address. return all the information that they would be looking for, such as city services, utilities, elected officials. All that information is available at their fingertips and alleviates calls into city staff. And then the capital improvements map is a map that designates project areas for the year, whether it be MFT streets or any other utility projects that may be going on for the year, and shows them more information about each of those projects. So some of the departmental uses here at the city are integral in some of the in the main projects that the city department uses. So fire analysis for insurance ratings or accreditation is something that the GIS is heavily involved in. We provide reports, we provide maps, we provide analysis, all for the end products that make those reports successful. Finance, every quarter we receive the quarterly tax data. We take that data and we map it. We put it in the proper tax districts and provide a report of a value per district to the finance department, and an application for them to review the data every quarter. Along with the community development, the zoning map is something that we update on a consistent basis every year. All those updates are done throughout the year and displayed in the application in a real-time basis, and then every March we provide that map to the state as a public record. Public Works is actually our biggest user of GIS here in the city. We have city staff that are using GIS in a mobile and a desktop setting every day. They are creating data sets on their own. They are managing them. We've over the last 20 years collected all of the city's infrastructure for GIS, and that brings us to the utility network, which is a new database model for GIS that allows for greater functionality for city staff going forward. So this new model allows things like tracing of networks that can return customer information in the case of an electric outage or a water main break. It provides and it provides a greater integration system with other systems here at the city, so utility billing, any possible asset management or anything like that in the future. So with that, we will be providing more information about the utility network in coming meetings and discussing procuring services for that in the future.
Thank you.
Questions
any questions, sir? Go ahead, David.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. I've been on here and kind of played around with it myself with the maps. But what is you said real time? Like if there's a main, like a water main break, can a constituent go and take a look if they see that their street might have been closed down today? Is it not that quick, or?
The access for that is more real time for internal staff.
Okay.
So it would be, you place a location on the map of where the break occurs. It would go out and trace to the valves that are isolated, and it would return all of those that customer information for those affected on that broken area.
Is that public facing though? Like, would be because there's a map of like projects, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm like my street was closed down a couple weeks ago because they were fixing the main in my street, and I called Public Works because I don't mind doing that, but like one of my constituents might not do that. Could they see on the map?
I don't know if that would be discussed. It's a functionality that's for the future. So I'm not entirely sure if that's the case. We would be, I guess the overall goal would be to inform them from that emergency.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not a functionality now, it would be cool to have it in the future. So.
Yep.
Cool.
Alderperson Petrola, we are working on an emergency mass notification system that will have that capability and allow us those geographic boundaries to send those real-time alerts out to people that are affected by those.
So it'll be a great tool. Like you said, it'll take the pressure off of people calling into the offices and stuff so they can see it. So.
Any other questions for Eric? No? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
GIS is, you can, really get into the data, it's really cool. I deal a lot with it, I used to deal a lot with it on the county level. Just how it drills in everything, it's a super cool system. I was curious, who inputs all that? All the department heads?
Yeah, there's a variety of users. So
Okay.
we've got staff in IS, but then there's users in each department that are very familiar with it and are editing and maintaining their own data. For instance, public services has several layers that they do over the course of the year that all we do is report on it. They create the data themselves.
Gotcha. Well, thank you very much, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Okay, any public comment tonight? Okay, I don't see any other additional items from council or staff? No need for an executive session tonight. I'm looking for a motion, a second to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved by Lencioni, second by Fessner. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who are opposed say nay. Ayes have it. This meeting is adjourned, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't get one. Besner's too fast. Besner's too fast.
I always wander around.
I thought you guys were doing this.
Yeah.
Quick meeting.